Hello, this presentation will tell you everything you need to know using your one-to-one laptop here at SHS. If you follow some basic guidelines and rules, your laptop should help you learn and not get you into any sort of trouble. Why do we give every student a laptop? It supports both 21st century learning as well as good old-fashioned learning that we try to teach here at SHS. But most importantly, it levels the academic playing field. So if a teacher has an idea for a lesson, students with a computer and without a computer can both have the same access because now everybody has a computer. An important thing to remember is that the laptop and all of the things that go with it belong to our school district. Just like a textbook in the olden days, we check it out to you at the start of the year and we expect it back at the end in pretty good shape. That means if you move away, we need you to bring the laptop back. We know sometimes life changes, and we just need to make sure we get that $1,000 machine back in our hands. Likewise, at the end of your high school career when you graduate, you will have the opportunity to buy the same laptop you've been using back. That way, when you go off to college or go off to work, you'll have a machine that will help you get through your work. Your continued use of the computer is also based on following the procedures and expectations that your parents and you have signed, and continued following of the rules here at school. If your computer becomes too much of a problem, we can take it back and give you access only when you need it for class. When you come to school, make sure you have your laptop and make sure it is fully charged. You charge your phone every night, so make sure to also charge your laptop. That way you'll have it all day at school ready to go. There aren't enough outlets in classrooms for every student to plug in, so please don't plan to plug in at school. We have three levels of behavior. The first are things that will be dealt with directly in class. So that would include being on a website that you're not supposed to be while the teacher is talking, using your computer to communicate with other students in ways that don't involve school, or excessively downloading a bunch of music or video files onto your computer. If any one of these distractions seems to come up, a teacher will ask you to stop, and as long as you stop, that's where it will end. If, however, they become habitual and the teacher has to ask you too many times, that'll be a level 2 behavior that they would refer to a principal. Other things that are level 2 behaviors and will go directly to a principal would include the following. First, unnecessary mass emails to other students or to staff. Don't use this as a way to send out memes to other people. Save that for your personal account on your personal time. Don't try to quote unquote fix your computer, and don't try to unplug any keys or take apart your computer. Don't post photos or videos taken at school to websites, especially not with permission of those people visible. And remember, you shouldn't be using your laptop as a distraction during the day anyway, so that should be a no brainer. Never log in as another user. You can always share things with other people if you need to using your Google account. And don't excessively use the printers. The printers are there to print out things that need to be printed, and printing out 100 pictures to be funny isn't funny at all. And principals usually deal with pretty directly because that costs the school money for printing. Any level 2 behaviors that keep up will become level 3 behaviors. And these things listed are directly to level 3. What that means is not only will an administrator get involved, but you'll probably be talking to the Superior Police Department as well. Those things include harassment, which would be using your computer to bully another person. If you're getting bullied, make sure you talk to us as soon as possible so we can deal with it. While no harassment is good, if somebody is harassing you online, they've left a record of it and we can probably deal with it fairly directly. Don't use your computer for theft or vandalism or any sort of hacking. Again, we can find out that that's going on and refer you to the proper authorities. And finally, don't access, upload, download, transmit, display, or distribute obscene, abusive, or sexually explicit material. This is where I like to bring in the grandma rule. All of these might be hard to remember, but if you remember a simple rule, don't do anything with your computer that you wouldn't do with your grandma watching, then you should stay out of trouble. Just imagine grandma's always with you when you've got your school laptop. We collect $25 from each student to help cover incidental damage and the costs of the one-to-one program. If you intentionally damage your computer or it gets lost entirely, we will not give you another computer until you've paid for the one you lost. We prorate that, which means if you're a freshman and you lose it, it is the full price of the laptop. And then that steps down the older you get because the computer itself costs less to replace. However, you never want to lose it, so make sure you don't. The primary way we've seen that happen in the last few years is leaving your laptop in a car. Whether locked or unlocked, somebody can look in your car, see there's a laptop there, and steal it. They won't be able to access your computer because we have everything locked down with a password, but you will have lost your laptop and you probably won't get it back. So make sure not to leave your laptop in a car, even if the car is locked. Either take your laptop with you or lock it up in the trunk where no one can see it. Parents, make sure you're talking to your student about the risks online as well as the expectations with these laptops. When a student is at home, you are, of course, the parent. So if you want to say when and where they can use the laptop to get their schoolwork done, or if you want to look at their laptop to make sure they're not up to anything nefarious, you're well within your rights to do that. If you have any questions, you can contact the school and we would be happy to help you out. Some basic computer safety. Don't leave your computer in an unlocked locker. And as I said, don't leave it in your car. Again, even if your car is locked, people break into cars to steal things, and that's the most common way we've seen computers go missing in the last few years. Never share your password with a friend. Worst enemies are usually best friends first. If you need to share something, you can always use your Google account to do that without sharing passwords. It's not a good idea to eat or drink while using your computer for the obvious reason that you might spill or get crumbs into the computer that will mess it up. And here's a nice little tip. When you're at school, you can use Windows plus L when you walk away from your computer. If you push the Windows button and L, it will make it so your computer goes back to the login screen. Then nobody can use your computer until they've put in your password, which of course you've never given to anyone. That way, nobody can play a harmless prank on you by messing with your computer or use your account to do worse things that then you get in trouble for. So please, when you step away from your computer, push the Windows button plus L. Every day, you should power down your computer entirely, which means go to the Start menu, hit Shut Down, and wait for everything to turn off on your computer, all the little lights, before you close the screen. You should do this before you leave school, and then you should do it if you bring your computer home and turn it on. The reason is that will keep all of your programs running properly. Most of the problems we see with a student's laptop technically are solved by the student shutting it down and restarting it so it gets all the necessary updates. I know it might take an extra 2 seconds per day to shut down your laptop, but that 2-second wait that you have will save you computer trouble. Remember, at school, we can watch what you're doing on your laptop, and we can also look at the keystrokes and where you've been, even when you're not on the school's network. You know, some of you are very computer savvy, but we do have ways to see what you've done on the computer, even if you're trying to be sneaky.